assist could have been done a lot sooner, and look at Ward cleared out. This time it's missing, finds it. And this is a nice little ingress from JDG to find just a little bit of an advantage and deny TM his red buff, who I'd actually expect to go too far forward. Knocked up by the Jarvan flag and drag handshake back on in, and Pace finds first blood.
Yeah, I mean, perfect to see on his way up to the top side, but TM scout.
So not being able to go out to the Salt, but able to find the permafrost. All-time gravity well keeps Sejuani at bay, and Scout able to walk out without using his flash.
Yeah, just pretty annoying poke damage, however, for Scout, right? And now Xiao, who even further, maybe even find a roam timer or just a good base. That as Arla trading comes into the lane, so saying that Scout really can lane at this point. Basically, it comes out flash.
Yeah, hops over the wall, and you know, sometimes that's going to be your cost, and there's the beauty of Bard as well. A quick little magical journey between Erhat and Light, actually forcing out that summoner spell. Scout as well in the mid lane. Actually manages to stay, so cancels his base one time and manages to catch the wave of Zhao, who pushed into him. Is that overall, Invicta actually not going to be punished all that much. Looks like we would have seen Zhao who be able to freeze the wave, find a good recall, and maybe force Scout to step up with very little mana, but turns out that Zhao just pushes the wave into Scout, gives him not a free recall, but a better recall than he might have found otherwise, and even with that recall timing coming through, it's still JDG with this bot prio, with Pace having that first blood that can find that initial dragon and put themselves 1-0.
End of some of these lane timers and the matchup overall.
And now with the grub spawning as well, that is just sacrifice. The Scout here still has flash, but we're able to get out to safety here between worlds comes down and a relatively early flash preserves some of Scout's HP. Let's get out to safety, and he's expended, but no kills coming through, and Weibo Gaming will be able to leverage that further into finding the grubs.
And by the way, finished that full clear. He is now only like 8% of the left behind.
Gauge from Arla here on this top side. This guy has got no mana. He's got missing by his side, unfortunately able to sidestep Attempted Fate, which does not matter as a double Cosmic Binding binds up two, missing able to flash the wall, only to be followed by another magical journey. Breathe flashes out of the Cataclysm. He's grass rocking, he's sustaining, he's shielding and dancing over Shun, and will send him down to the grave.
That's so unfortunate for Shun, but Breeze's dancing feet there were just excellent. Managed to flip the time away from everything post that flash, knock up there from Shun. The original hyper carry. The get 300, 400 CS at 28 minutes and please carry the game for us, carry.
You know, the original, the old school. People will remember Jinner Green Wings Teddy, the Civer game of 70 something minutes. Yeah, the Civer performance in a lifetime almost that barely made it able to see what Civer can do. And see some more of that from Light in this game as Arla needs the help of his support to actually play under the turret, but I do want to go.
There is that, but I think that will have to take time just because of the strength of Ambessa overall, especially the first couple of miles, which picks up on this incredibly big fight missing. Out by the Fate.
Binding for Erhat to bind that off. There's going to be a bit of standing around as Tien decides to now fully engage, only to let June flag and drag out to safety. Now Paze is the one who's in the most danger. He flashes out, and Weibo do get 2 flashes, or just the one in fact. But it is on to Paze. Double summoner spells off the Jhin, not nothing gained by Weibo.
Yeah, not nothing, but that did still feel kind of illegal, to be honest. And that's what we need to see from Erhat more and more. Using that ultimate to fish for the flashless Renata, fish for the flashless Jhin, and eventually even the big throw as well. Just the ability to be able to blow flashes by pressing your R key and them having to respect the fact that people could be nearby.
His flash at the bottom of the screen, 54 minutes and 3 seconds was the longest game of the LPL so far. Hoping that we don't make it that far in this game of the 5. Now with no ultis, Weibo still looking to fight. Yeah, Handshook back in, but without the damage there, this is looking pretty rough, pretty miserable for Jindon Gaming. Flashes out of the Cataclysm, and Xiaohu now the one who's in a little bit of trouble. Flashes to the other side of the wall. It's caught by the Deadly Flourish. A double re-engage, Cosmic Binding to be pulled on afterwards, and Paze is sent down. Arla jumps on him but doesn't find anything, and Light is rattling out these ricochets. One final tap won't quite take down June. It's a 1-0, but it's Weibo coming out on top.
This is what we were just talking about. Hayes, flashless, missing flashless. Who gets caught in the Tempered Fate? It's both of them now. The ultimate connects onto Scout.
Another re-engagement. This time they only find Arla. Xiao, who goes through the wall. And maybe it's gone one step too far forward. Unless he can montage on them. Takes down Missing, hops over the wall again, and gets out to safety.
Dude, the health bars! Look at everyone. The little cactus one should, and he's got the banner barely for a Tempered Fate. Goodness me, I think Weibo just rolled about 5. He's in trouble.
On 13 HP as he did that second hop over the wall. Xiaohu playing on the absolute limits of what the Aurora can get away with. And now Weibo really looking to flex their muscles and push this game fully into their control. Second dragon of the game and tier 1 turret down on that bot side. And they are starting to, Janada, put a real stamp on game number 5. The 7th seed of the LPL coming into playoffs. Now up against the 3rd seed in Jindong Gaming, a team that was on a 10-game winning streak, a 5-series winning streak without dropping a single game. Now has already been pushed to 5 games, and in this 5th game looks like they may well fall.
Just indeed. Gold Lead it's not gone away from them yet. But it's certainly going to start getting there very, very soon. Pick.
Good fake onto Airhead, he's trying to buy time like he's to get in, and he's done exactly that. Tien's there with a Glacial Prison that sends Missing straight to the grey screen. Now Xiaohu's flying over, Tien in tow. They want Scout, they want R as well. The Jack's able to hop out to safety, and Weibo, they just find Ron, but again, it was a play started by JDG that benefits Weibo.
Yeah, I mean, Weibo walk away with kill gold and really extend any major or points up themselves in the Herald. That will be the immediate prize here. This is where that fight gets off them. JDG, it's not even like they have an answer to run up, tower, run to the side, get Dragon. That was just raw.
Just kill participation for the Bard, 86% on the side of Breathe as well, 5% on the side of the screens. It's Weibo now heralding down in that top side, this tier 1 turret, the final piece of the outer turret puzzle that they need to play, and JDG, they know that they've got no reason to be here. Honestly, with this Rift Herald in tow, they could very well look for a second turret, look for a charge even further. They pushed bot wave so deep that nobody needs to answer it for a while. Happy with Breathe answering mid lane because Pace can't step up to him, and now he can move up through this topside jungle. There's no response at all from JDG. The turrets can get charged on, and there's more to follow.
Yeah, Oliver's taking a lot of damage here, actually. Dead!
Finding connect, and Weibo are just not stopping on the hunt, and hunt they will! Missing goes golden, but despite a well-placed hostile takeover, nothing happens. We are 22 minutes into this game. Weibo, with Grubs and Herald at their side, have broken open the base, and they're trying to break open the game, Jamada. Next turret's now under fire. TP in from Scout is going to thwart their efforts. But Weibo, we thought this might have been just a tier 2. Instead, they take the whole top side.
Yeah, I mean, that was insane. They're just so much gained from Weibo for so little really expended in the grand scheme of things. And I was a bit worried at the very end. How are you going to get out? Oliver's going to teleport once and get something back.
Look at that top lane, right? Breed is now leveled up over Arla, an entire item up over the Jax. And you look at who is able to do it. Better at this stage in the game. We've got a barely not completed Rod of Ages stacking for Scout, and Leandri's on top, but that doesn't fill you with confidence. It's not the big ticket hitters just yet. Same to be said for Pays, who sat on, honestly, food stamps damage with his Jin build at the minute. This is Weibo Gaming being clinical and at this stage looking really good.
Like the upset is on the cards here. Light just eviscerates that wave. JDG are going to need numbers down here. There is a wave, a very long ways away, and then just a little bit too fast for their like firing up though. I imagine that's the next big focus. They want to try and pull JDG to a fight that they know at this point in the game they can win. And frankly, now that I take a look at the items, they're likely just waiting for Light's Infinity Edge, and once the Sivir has that 3rd item, it's just very, very difficult to play. That said, so far ahead, maybe they don't wait, as their pings are coming down and they are rotating over to this top side for now.
And the Atacon as well, the discrepancy in those levels does become even more palpable, and the gold lead is just continuing to grow despite really not having too much forward on the map. the last 2-3 minutes whilst the others have been down, but they're still getting gold on the rest of the map. It was after Weibo's playing series, they had an interview with Xiaohu where he said, we can still make it to MSI, and honestly, I laughed and looked at their series and thought, you know, looking at the regular season performance, the idea of them making it to MSI was, you know, and still is a little far-fetched, but that confidence comes from a place that is now a lot more well-founded. If they take a 5-game series versus JDG, which it looks like that they can, they may win over 1 or 2 more haters in that sense, and they may just have another couple of people on the bandwagon going, maybe they can make it to MSI.
Just maybe. Just maybe. But so many of the teams have beaten each other throughout the year. It's really hard to really say for certain as, oh my goodness.
3-man tempered fate! Erha finds 3 and binds up both of them! JDG are slaughtered in their topside jungle, and it is off the back of this Erha Bard, the 5th pick bot lane to decide it all, and Weibo with an open inhibitor in the top side and a wave in the mid lane are looking to send JDG to the lower bracket.
We were apprehensive about the pick at first, and I think rightly so. How many times do you see a Bard do as well as this? But Erha single-handedly put Weibo in his backpack for this game. And the rest of Weibo happily played their parts to make this as smooth as possible. And the game's done at 27 minutes.
An MVP performance from Erha. The substitute support from halfway through the split.